No.
Has any of the staff members told you Junior acts differently from the other children?
Yes, Lorraine, my head teacher had told me that she thought Junior should be evaluated for hyperactivity or other developmental problems.
What period did Junior climb onto the changing table?
Snack time?
Did they get a snack yet?
No.
Did the other children know they were going to get a snack?
Yes.
Do you know why Junior climbed onto the changing table?
No, but maybe to get the starfish crackers that were on the table.
Why were the crackers on the changing table?
I really don't know. Maybe one of the teachers accidentally spilled some of it.
Do you think that there was a reason that Junior climbed onto the table if the other children knew they were going to get a snack?
No.
Do you think the teachers and assistants were good?
Yes, they were all pretty great, but I just think it's funny that an employee called Lee Morrison was so critical of our policies and training.
Why couldn't you provide the need Junior needed?
His mother, Shawn Wright, never told us Junior's special conditions, and unfortunately, because of that, we couldn't provide the right care that Junior needed.
Do you think if Shawn told you Junior had HID, would this happen?
I don't think so.
Thank you. No further questions.
Like to be cross-examined with this.
What is your position at Play?
I'm the director of Play Learn for 10 years.
How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching for 10 years.
Were you working the day Junior fell? Were you working on July 28th, the day Junior fell?
Yes.
Is it true there was Junior's regular teachers in his classroom?
No, not that day because of the pink eye.
Great.
His regular teachers were in another room.
There was another student with HID in the classroom, correct?
Yes.
So you know the symptoms of HID?
Yes.
There was a changing table in Junior's classroom.
Yes.
Was there anything on Junior?
Some starfish crackers.
Who put those crackers on?
I was thinking they accidentally spilled.
Was there anyone in the classroom that could, say, a teacher that could put crackers on?
Probably. Yeah.
So were there teachers in the classroom at that time?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Two. So there are 2 teachers in that classroom when Jerry left to go home in the elementary.
Yeah.
Were they there with Junior when he fell?
Yes.
You said that since Shawn Wright didn't tell you about Junior's HID, you couldn't provide the right care. But you directly contradicted this in your next question when you said that you didn't believe he even had HID in the first place, correct?
I believe he has HID. Actually.
When a child gets dropped off at a daycare center, it is you and your staff's responsibility to take care of them, correct?
Yes.
No further questions.
Any additional questions? Then call your next witness.
The defense calls Dr. Ellis Baldwin.
is Dr. Alice Baldwin.
Can you describe your job?
I work as a developmental pediatrician.
How many cases have you evaluated?
I've evaluated over 800 children.
What do you specialize in?
I specialize in diagnosing and treating children with behavioral problems like HIV or ADHD.
Where did you get your training?
I got my training at Mercy Hospital.
What university did you graduate?
Yeah, and I graduated from Georgetown University. I also did my medical fellowship at Johns Hopkins Medical School.
Have you been well trained in the subject that you
Yeah.
What symptoms of HIV does Junior have?
I've observed that Junior is easily distracted by extraneous stimuli, and he often fidgets with his hands and feet, and usually squirms in his chair. He has difficulty waiting in line. He often wanders off, and I've also observed that Junior is hyperactive, and he runs and climbs excessively. It's really easy for a child like Junior, who I think has HIV. He could have really easily climbed onto that table.
Could Junior have HIV?
Yeah, I think he has HIV.
Is HIV common in this type of stage?
Yes.
No further questions.
Let's cross-examine this witness.
Is your spouse on the board of directors of Teach the Tots?
Yes.
Have both of your daughters gone to preschool there?
Yes.
Is it possible that your statements may be biased?
No. It has nothing to do with my life.
How many years of experience do you have?
I have 9 years of experience.
And is it true that Dr. Lawson has 20 years of experience?
I'm not sure.
Did Dr. Lawson say that Junior is just bright and energetic?
Yes, he did say that.
And did you spend only 2 hours with Junior?
Yes, but I also talked with his teachers and from his current school and his previous school.
And did Dr. Lawson say that it takes 4 months for full examination?
No, he says that, but he's not a medical doctor.
Is it true that Dr. Lawson is a psychologist?
Yes.
And is it true that Dr. Lawson is a psychologist in the field of developmental?
Yeah.
Is it true that Dr. Lawson is the greater authority in this subject?
A greater what? Authority? I'm not sure.
Is it true that your diagnosis may have some credibility issues?
No.
Then then do you have superpowers?
Do I have superpowers? No.
Then how would you know for certain that Junior has HIV?
I am pretty certain he has, the symptoms that he has, are pretty good indicators that he has HIV.
Is it true that Dr. Lawson believes that Junior does not have HIV?
Yes, but, Dr. Larson is,
Dr. Larson is a psychologist. A mental disorder is a mental problem. Should a psychologist not be perfectly capable of assessing this?
So you think? Wait.
What is your question?
A mental disorder is a mental problem. A psychologist should be perfectly capable of assessing a mental problem. Yes or no?
Probably.
You said that Dr. Larson is not capable of doing this to the caliber you are simply because she is not a medical doctor. But as a psychologist, you specifically said just now she's perfectly capable of assessing an issue like a mental disorder.
Not as capable as a medical doctor, though. A medical doctor is training. More training.
And this is stated in the script where?
Very good.
Would you say that Junior has every symptom on the board approved list?
No, but the symptoms he has are
Thank
pretty
you.
good indicators.
So if he doesn't have all the symptoms, would you be able to diagnose him as HID, even if it's
He
partially?
doesn't need all the symptoms to be diagnosed with HID.
How long? Do you know exactly how long? Not exactly, but how long did you spend time with Junior to diagnose?
I spent about 4 months. No. In my observation, 2 hours.
In your testimony, you stated it did not take a great deal of time to diagnose him, which implies you did not spend much time with him, correct? You only talked to his teachers?
But the teachers at Teach and Todd spent like 4 months with him. I spoke with them and they
Do the teachers have medical degrees?
no,
Are they educated in psychology?
no,
Are they specialized in diagnosing HID?
no.
Did you personally speak to the teachers and see Junior active with other students and other children and his family?
I spent time with him in my office.
But you did not see him interact with any other students, correct?
No.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Time's up. Thank you. Feds may call us your next witness.
Defense would like to call Del Anderson to the stand.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Please state your name, age, and occupation.
My name is Del Anderson. I'm 65 years old, and I'm retired now, but I am head of the neighborhood patrol.
What is your relation to Sean and her kids?
Sean is my neighbor, and I did babysit her kids.
You claim to have babysat Junior before. What is your opinion on him and why?
Don't get me wrong, I do like kids, but Junior is a bit of a handful.
Has Junior ever disrupted you in any way?
Yes, Junior has, he had run through my flower bed and pulled out the flowers, and I've never seen anything like that.
Did anyone try to stop him?
His brother Mark did try to stop him.
Did it work?
No, it did not work.
Was Sean there during this episode?
Sean was not there, and when I told her about it, she seemed very shocked and surprised that her little angel could do anything so horrific.
Did you have any other problems with Junior?
Junior climbed to the top of my El Dorado, and he made muddy handprints on the top of the roof. And again, Sean did not believe me when I told her, and she didn't believe me until I showed her the handprints on the top of the roof.
You were a babysitter of Junior at one point in time. What was your babysitting history?
I babysat the kids once, and they could not sit still for a couple minutes. They wouldn't even sit still in front of the TV.
Do you know of anyone else that has babysat Junior? If so, what was their experience?
My friend Myrtle babysat Junior and his brother once. when she called me after the babysitting experience, she sounded too exhausted to dial the phone.
Was there any damage done to Myrtle's property?
Yes. Junior climbed to the top of her hero cabinet and even cracked some of her porcelain bingo chips.
When Junior got injured, what was your reaction?
I did feel sorry for him, but he still is sort of a brat, and I'm kind of surprised that such a hyperactive kid hasn't gotten injured before.
Why do you think Junior misbehaved so much?
Sean does not discipline her kid.
Thank you.
Any cross-examination?
Is it true that you're aware of Junior's behavioral issues?
I am aware that he is hyperactive.
Miss Anderson, do you like kids?
I did like kids, yes.
So, do you believe that you are biased now because Junior is a kid and you don't like kids that much?
No, I mean, if he had sit still, then I think I wouldn't have had a problem.
No further questions, Your Honor.
So to quote what you said earlier, Sean does not discipline his kids. Have you personally lived with Sean or watched him for an extended period of time to know that he does not discipline them?
Yes, I've walked by their house and I see that the TV is on, sometimes the radio's on, and you can clearly see that the kids have run through the house.
Have you been in his house? Have you met with him and watched him not discipline him before? Or is it just walking by when you just see the TV is on? When in most households, the TV is usually on.
I know that Sean is very busy and that she does not spend enough time with her kids.
How would you know that Sean is busy if you don't talk to him that much and he's just your neighbor? Do you watch out specifically for him only and watch him enter and leave the house?
No, but she does hire babysitters all the time and her daycare.
How do you know he hires babysitters all the time? You only know that he hired your friend once, correct?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, so you may see now again, guys, we discussed this in our practice and in our prep that we're going to deviate slightly from the traditional mock trial procedures. At this point, we would usually hear closing arguments as we did in our first trial versus Allie the other day. However, in this particular instance, we are instead going to do some rapid fire debate. Okay, as a way to close this out, to incorporate some of the principles that we have learned from the debate portion